Daisy's Brave Adventure, a story of friendship and courage. Once upon a time, in a beautiful forest filled with tall trees and lush greenery, there lived a little deer named Daisy. Daisy was known for her cute face and her gentle nature. She loved spending her days grazing in the meadow and playing with her friends. One day, while Daisy was out exploring the forest, she saw a group of hunters heading towards her. Daisy knew that hunters were dangerous and that she needed to run away. But when she turned to run, she saw that one of her friends, a little rabbit, had been caught in a trap. Daisy knew that she had to help her friend. She bravely approached the hunters and asked them to let the little rabbit go. But the hunters just laughed at her and told her to mind her own business. Daisy refused to give up. She went back to her friends, and together they came up with a plan. They knew that the hunters were afraid of big animals like bears and wolves. So they decided to dress up as big, scary animals and scare the hunters away. Daisy and her friends gathered up leaves and twigs and made themselves costumes. They put on their costumes and approached the hunters. When the hunters saw the bears and wolves, they were so scared that they dropped their weapons and ran away as fast as they could. Daisy and her friends saved the little rabbit and celebrated their victory. Daisy felt proud of herself for being brave and standing up for what was right. She knew that even though she was small, she could make a big difference. The moral of the story is that even the smallest and cutest of creatures can be brave and make a big difference. It doesn't matter how small you are or how big the problem seems. You can always find a way to help others and make a positive impact. Lily and Max, the magical friendship. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a little girl named Lily and a boy named Max. They were best friends and loved to play together. Lily was very small and often struggled to keep up with the other children her age. But Max always stayed by her side and helped her. One day, while playing in the woods, they stumbled upon a magical fairy. The fairy granted them each a wish. Max wished for a big bag of gold. While Lily wished to become taller. So she could keep up with the other children. The fairy granted Max's wish. But when he went to pick up the bag of gold, it was too heavy for him to carry. Lily, who had become taller thanks to the fairy's magic, was able to help Max carry the bag of gold home. As they walked home, they realized that having the gold wasn't as important as they thought it would be. They realized that their friendship was more valuable than any amount of gold. They decided to share the gold with the other children in the village, and they all had a big celebration together. From that day on, Max and Lily continued to play together and help each other out whenever they needed it. They knew that their friendship was the most important thing in the world. The moral of the story is that true friendship is more valuable than any material possession. It teaches children about the importance of being kind, helpful, and loyal to their friends, and the joy of sharing with others. Snow White and 7 Dwarfs. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a beautiful princess named Snow White. She had fair skin, rosy cheeks, and jet black hair that shone like silk in the sun. Her stepmother, the queen, was jealous of Snow White's beauty and constantly tried to find ways to harm her. One day, the queen ordered a hunter to take Snow White deep into the forest and kill her. The hunter obeyed the queen's command and led Snow White to the forest. However, when he saw how innocent and beautiful she was, he couldn't bring himself to kill her. So instead, he left her in the forest and told her to run away and never return. As Snow White wandered through the forest, she stumbled upon a small cottage. She knocked on the door, but there was no answer. Feeling tired and weak, she went inside to rest. Snow White found everything in disarray, and she soon discovered that the cottage belonged to 7 dwarfs who worked in the nearby mines. When the dwarfs returned home, they were surprised to find Snow White there. But when they learned of her sad story, they took her in and offered her a place to stay. The dwarfs were kind and caring, and they soon became good friends with Snow White. Despite the queen's attempts to harm Snow White, the kind-hearted princess found a safe haven with the 7 dwarfs. She contributed to their household by cooking and cleaning, and in return, received their friendship and protection. Together, they created a harmonious life in the forest, away from the wicked queen's reach. However, the queen was not satisfied that Snow White was still alive. She disguised herself as an old woman and visited Snow White at the cottage, offering her a poisoned apple. Snow White took a bite of the apple and fell into a deep sleep. The dwarfs found her and thought she was dead. So they made a glass coffin for her and put her in it. A prince came across Snow White's glass coffin and fell in love with her at first sight. He convinced the dwarfs to let him take her back to his castle. Where he kissed her, and she woke up from her sleep. In the end, Snow White and the prince got married, and they lived happily ever after. The moral of the story is that jealousy can lead to dangerous actions, and that true love can overcome any obstacle. The queen's jealousy caused her to attempt to harm Snow White, but the kindness of others, such as the hunter and the 7 dwarfs, helped protect her. Snow White's pure and loving heart attracted the prince, who saved her from her deep sleep. The story teaches us that kindness and love can conquer all, while jealousy and hate can only lead to ruin.